First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ready. 180. 50. Mike 50, huh?
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissic. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Set. 280. Check. 42's the mark. He just warm up. Check. Check. 70. Check 70.
On second and 11 now. Stafford. This one complete to Lacy. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Third and long, it's Stafford. And this is caught by Kearse. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
This is taken at the 15. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up first and 10 at their own 27. Now it's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devon Kennard came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a third and 11 coming up.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Push him back. Push him back.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Jones has it. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Newton. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. The first carry for a former member of the Fighting Irish, Dexter Williams. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And his kick is good.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
53.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. And this is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Double right.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And take it right on the 30. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the 44, Rodgers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
3rd and 13.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams, and this will be caught at the 30. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Jones. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
He was brought down by Darius Slay. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Now Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 38, Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Set. Blue 60. Zebra.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears.
61. Matchbox lights.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
He's
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Well, the 2nd down throw on target, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. This is Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
319.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. They'll run it with Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Jones. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Trey Flowers in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
No, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Check, check. Lucky.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He's got his man. It's Kearse. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Check. Mike 42. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Motion. Pop. Shift.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
50-50.
Here's Stafford. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception, but not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Rodgers now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 39. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now it's Rodgers. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football. Incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 11. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Johnson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They will run it. It's McKissick. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the 1st down sticks are, and get there.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Open man is Galladay, complete. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 24-yard line. Stafford now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Big 20.
Check 31. Check.
Hey, red.
Check 24. Check 24.
Throwing again is Stafford. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
On third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's got room. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, he got great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Ready. 250.
Alert flare, alert flare.
21. Monday.
On first down, it's Stafford. Airing one deep for Curse. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Johnson.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Check 26. Slam.
Stafford now to throw. He's got Curse. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come to my world.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
59.
And the blitz does come. This one complete to Lacy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
260.
Check 42's the mic. I got one.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Lions have taken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
We play to win. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
You.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. His throw incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's McKissick. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Lady!
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Shit.
On 2nd down and 4, Stafford, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now Stafford, he's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rodgers.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He's got the hook up to Lazard, and he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Green Bay.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. It's Williams on the catch. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Dexter Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Hey, check 26.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
Rodgers now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Throwing again. Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
250.
Mike 50. Hey, I'm coming. Shoot.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford. He's got his man. It's Kearse. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Drill right, 22.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. And this is caught by Kearse. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hey, 70!
Stafford on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A carry now for McKissick. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. Switch. Alert!
From the gun, Stafford. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's 4th and goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on first down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Rodgers going to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll go again to Jones. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Let's go, baby.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Packers pick it up. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, But put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Green Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.